Is it live? This is live. It looks like it's going live. Hey guys, welcome to UCDCondor StarCraft. I'm Alfred, and I have not muted this. Okay, that's done. I'm going to be doing some games, some casts. I've been collecting a little bit, and time to cast some. So here we go. Let's go into my screen. Hanging out at home in a wife beater, and I'm going to cast this, which is Jason Liu against some guy. Alright, so we have UCDCondor over here. This is Jason. I changed his name from McNuggets, now representing UC Davis. Always nice to see. Spawning is the Blue Zerg here at the bottom of Cloud Kingdom against Lolbert, the evil red Protoss in the north of Cloud Kingdom. And I forgot to change my stuff. Where is it? It's right there. Cool. Lolbert commenting, you go to UC Davis? Hoping to see a hell yeah come out. Just as good as a hell yeah. Just not quite as emphatic. Alright, so this is the beginning of the game, and it looks like Lolbert is not going to do a fast expand. Looks like Lolbert goes to Berkeley. Very nice rivalry Davis has with Berkeley. Exciting to see a ladder match where two players from very close schools that have a long history together playing against each other. And it looks like Jason is in turn going to do pretty heavy macro right now. It doesn't look like he's saving up for anything in particular. He's just getting a lot of drones. I wouldn't be too surprised to see the next larva become a drone as well. 15 hatches on this map. My cat is going crazy in the background. Ignore the noise that it makes. 15 hatches are pretty safe because of just the long rush distance, and once he scouts this gateway, he'll know he'll be fine. There won't be any sort of proxy pylon as long as he can get down the hatchery. It looks like this probe is trying to move around and just block anything. He doesn't have enough money to put down that pylon block. He doesn't want to lose the probe, but he will. It's starting to regenerate shields. Oh, this probe is... Oh no, it's going to throw down the pylon. Oh my gosh. What a block, but Jason doesn't let it get to him, all the while chasing. He threw down a spawning pool. He's got his overlord spreading around, and he totally scouted the front. He knows exactly what's going on. He even checked the gas, so he'll be doing fine. There was no early gas. That's the perfect kind of scout you want, and you want to make sure to have this overlord here so there aren't any super cheesy stuff. Just so you know what's going on here. But once he gets some lings out, which are already on the way, he has a queen, he'll be able to keep up pretty well, and he already is behind in supply income. But that's okay, because once that queen's out, his production's going to go through the roof. My cat is playing with her mouse, and the pylon's going to go down. Cool. So, what's going on in Lolbert's base? He's getting 2 gas, which makes me think this may be a 1-base all-in. He might throw down a robo this early. We'll see what he does with his first 100 gas, because he could get the Twilight Council, maybe get an early blink. He'll want to throw down a few more gateways in a bit. What is this? It's a gateway. No 100 gas just yet. He did throw down the Warp Gate technology, and he actually is getting a sentry. 2 gas. He's spending a lot of money. I don't know what the sentry's for. It may just be in reaction to this earlier pool that he forced out of Jason. And you can see that Jason's now getting his hatchery up. Pretty good decision. And it's going to be a 3-gate something. Maybe just mass sentry. I don't know. That early sentry kind of throws me off. You generally want to build production facilities first, unless you need this early force field. But I don't know. This is kind of curious. He's continuing to build sentries. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and say this is just an early sentry. Yeah, 2 sentries coming out. Zealot, he's going for a three-gate expand, because I wouldn't imagine this turning into anything else. So he'll save up money. He should be able to put down his Nexus soon. With these 3 sentries out on the field, he'll be totally safe against Zerglings. He can just wall them off, and his Warp Gate technology's finished, so he can get some Zealots in the case that there's a massive Ling run by. Cool. So Jason's now catching up. You can see massively producing drones, and you'll see the drone count swing into his favor. Once these finish, yep, there he goes. And smartly getting an Evo chamber. You always want to make sure you get some sort of detection, because the timing of this, it's almost 7 minutes. There will start to be Dark Templar out at this sort of timing, so you want to make sure you just have the ability to get detection just in case. Hey, Peter. So, lots of queens. I like that. Queens are always good. You can spread creep with that 3rd queen. Running in this Overlord to see pretty much everything. Unfortunately, there isn't that much to see because there is an expansion. He did scout the expansion, so what Jason's looking for right now is just some sort of tech. There's no forges here. There's actually a forge here on the low ground. But it looks like Lolbert is just going to hang out at home and get a nice 2-base economy. We'll see if he throws down anything else. I really like his decision to get Hallucination. This is the first time I realized that Hallucination doesn't cost any energy. You just do it. Is there a cooldown? I never really looked into it that. I thought it was just like 100 energy or something. Very strange. But it looks like killing off the Overlord is always a good move. And yeah, what is... Did that cost anything? It looks like that burned up energy, so... Maybe a Protoss player in the chat can tell me what the hell is going on, because that's very strange to me that it wouldn't display it on the tooltip. Anyways, so +1 ground weapons is what you want to get against a Zerg player. Jason is continuing to drone like a bouse. See, he's getting up 8 drones ahead right there. Picking off this Phoenix. Let's see if he falsely reacts to it. He can see it die there. It doesn't look like a Phoenix when it dies. It looks just like a cloud. But that dies. If you could kill a cloud, it's not possible to kill a cloud, but if you could, that's probably what it looks like. And I think this is going to be a little push here from Lolbert. He's moving out of his base while Jason runs in with a lot of Lings. I don't know if it's going to be able to do enough damage. It should be able to pick off these sentries. Oh my gosh, getting a huge surround. The sentries, one going down, the second is almost dead. The Zealot goes down, and there is pretty much no defense here. The Zealot's being warped in here. But if he loses the Forge, oh my gosh, killing the... Oh, 3/4 of the way finished on that ground army attack, so there's no upgrades here. And now he's just going to pick off a few pylons. You can see he's already got 3. He just is not going to have too much to do. The last of the Lings is going to go down. He might actually have been able to run away there, but that's okay. 4 workers killed, 2 sentries, a Zealot, and a huge timing upgrade right there for Jason to hit. And look at these Lings. They're going to actually live a lot longer now that that upgrade has been sniped. And looks like Lolbert is now going to try to go to Forge. Now that he's lost 1, just build 2 of them, and he's going to get his Robo Bay up. It looks like he's still on 3 gates. So Lolbert is actually going to get a little bit more money than I'd like. You can see he's already up at 600 minerals. You generally want to get maybe 6 gates off of a 2-base economy, and he actually has quite a decent number of probes despite losing 4 in that run by. He should be building a little bit more, maybe getting up to about 55 or 60 as Jason has. But Jason's now on 3-base, and he'll be able to hold it pretty well unless Lolbert goes all in. But it looks like Lolbert is actually going to start just spending money that he has extra, because he only has 3 gates. And with 3 gates, he'll be able to get a pretty decent-sized gateway army. But what he's got to worry about is what tech is going on, Jason. He's got a macro hatch almost done. A spire is almost completed as well. No gas here, which is probably just a mistake. But if he can get 3-base economy, and he can get a lot of mutas. But here comes a push from Lolbert. All of Jason's army is across the map, but it doesn't matter. He's just going to do another run by. This is going to do an insane amount of damage. The army is on the other side of this, and look at this. Oh my gosh, he's going to take out the Nexus. Oh, this is horrible for poor Lolbert. Losing that 2-base economy. And he's getting into the main. He's going to do a ton of damage. It looks like these probes here are trying to do a hero hold, but oh my gosh. No force fields going down, and all of this army getting surrounded. Stalkers going down. In the main, we have Lings poking away at the Nexus. Takes that out. That's a huge loss, but I don't think it's going to go down. These Stalkers and probes should be able to kill it. What actually went down there? It looks like just 4 workers in total, but he killed the Nexus. That's a huge loss. Lolbert is way behind now, especially because that push he wanted to do was totally denied because the space has been untouched. In some situations like that, you can just do a small attack. You know all of his army and focus is up here. You can maybe throw some zealots down here to try to take out the hatchery, but he didn't, and he just lost the Nexus. Fortunately for him, these forges remained untouched, and he'll have +1 armor and weapons. And there is a warp prism coming out as well, so it looks like Lolbert's just going to start attacking. He is going to take up to Colossus, but his problem is Condor has a ton of roaches. Trying to click one. They all have +1 armor. The Lings have +2 weapons, and Jason can tech switch to mutas or corruptors at any point he wants to. Looks like Lolbert trying to get a third down here, but it's going to be shut down pretty easily by these Lings and roaches. The roaches are really what's going to do the damage. I like they have the speed upgrade, and this is not going to be good for Lolbert. I don't know if he's going to be able to hold it. You can see he's almost 80 supply behind. Finally his Nexus here finishes, but he only has 43 drones. Here comes the engagement. Oh my gosh, Lings swarming in. Some force fields keeping a lot of the roaches out, but there's still some roaches in. Lings are dying, but it looks like he burrowed them. Very interesting. So once these force fields come out, how much energy is left? Not too much, and he'll actually be able to lift up these Lings when he wants to and get a very nice surround. There is no observer, and these last force fields are going to go down pretty quickly. There's only 3 force fields left. He lifts up the Lings, and he's going to start just doing some slight harass, taking out a sentry there, but these roaches remain pretty much unharassed. You can see his supply is all the way up. He's building a ton of roaches at home, and these last stalkers are going to have to be microed to hell and back because there are so many roaches out on the field. I don't know if Lolbert is going to be able to come back. He's 130 supply behind. That's almost a death knell unless you have Dark Templar, but he is just going to leave the game. He tried to get his first Immortal out, but it just wasn't enough. Very good job, Jason. I'm going to talk to you about that because that was really smart. I liked what you do with the burrowed Lings there. Yeah, even getting a 4th. Cool. So that was Condor versus Lolbert. I'm going to restart the stream so we can get into Game 2 and do some more UC Davis StarCraft.